Science Olympiad Class 8. Coal and Petroleum.
Introduction. We use various materials for our basic needs. Some of them are found in nature and some have been made by human efforts. This list includes air, water, soil and minerals. Since all these are obtained from nature, they are called natural resources. In the light of the availability of various resources in nature, natural resources can be broadly classified into inexhaustible and exhaustible resources. Natural resources. Inexhaustible natural resources. These resources are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted, that are sunlight, air. Exhaustible natural resources. The amount of these resources in nature is limited. They can be exhausted by human activities. Examples of these resources are forests, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc.
Sources of energy. All sources of energy can be divided into two categories: renewable sources of energy and non-renewable sources of energy. The sources of energy which are produced continuously in nature and are inexhaustible are called renewable sources of energy. Some renewable sources of energy are given above. Solar energy. The energy obtained from sun is called solar energy. Plants store energy which is used by man and other living organisms in the form of food. Energy of sun is responsible for water cycle and for change of weather and seasons. Solar cookers, heaters, watches and calculators work on solar energy. Hydral energy. Energy obtained from flowing water is called hydral energy. It is used to produce electricity. Some important hydel power stations in India are located at Bakranagal, Chibru, Sundarnagar and Chamba. Geothermal energy. The energy obtained from the heat of the convection currents of the earth is called geothermal energy. USA, Italy and New Zealand are using this energy as a source of power. Wind energy. Energy obtained from the fast-moving wind is called wind energy. Netherlands uses windmills to generate electricity. Sailboats, ships and winnowing of crops are done by the use of wind energy. Tidal energy. Energy obtained from the rising tides on the coastal areas is called tidal energy. A tidal power station has been set up at Reus in France to generate electricity from tidal waves. India has good potential to build tidal power station in Gujarat and West Bengal. Bioenergy. Energy obtained by the decomposition of plants and animals in the absence of air is called biogas. Biogas is a mixture of methane and CO2. Biogas is an excellent fuel for cooking. The shari residue after obtaining biogas is used as manure for plants. Non-renewable source of energy. The sources of energy which have accumulated in nature over a period of long time and cannot be quickly replaced once exhausted are called non-renewable sources of energy. Some of the non-renewable sources of energy are fossil fuels, nuclear power, electricity. Fossil fuels. These are formed in nature by the decomposition of plants and animals over a long period of time. They are obtained from the earth by digging. Nuclear power. Nuclear energy is the energy stored in the nuclei of atoms. When radioactive elements like uranium and thorium are split, they give out large quantities of energy. For obtaining electricity, fission reaction is carried out in specially designed nuclear reactors. Electricity. Electricity generated by using fossil fuels like coal is called thermal electricity, which is a non-renewable source. Thermal power stations have been established in India at several places.
Coal. Coal is one of the fuels used to cook food. Earlier, it was used in railway engines to produce steam to run the engine. It is also used in thermal power plants to produce electricity. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. When heated in air, coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas. Coal is processed in industry to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, and coal gas. Coke. It is a tough, porous, and black substance. It is an almost pure form of carbon. Coke is used in the manufacture of steel and in the extraction of many metals. Coal tar. It is a black, thick liquid with an unpleasant smell. It is a mixture of about 200 substances. Products obtained from coal tar are used as starting materials for manufacturing various substances used in everyday life and in industry like synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paints, photographic materials, roofing materials, etc. Interestingly, naphthalene balls used to repel moths and other insects are also obtained from coal tar. These days, bitumen, a petroleum product, is used in place of coal tar for metaling the roads. Coal gas. Coal gas is obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. It is used as a fuel in many industries situated near the coal processing plants. Petroleum. Petrol and diesel are obtained from a natural resource called petroleum. Petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. As these organisms died, their bodies settled at the bottom of the sea and clay. Over millions of years, absence of air, high temperature and high pressure transformed the dead organisms into petroleum and natural gas. Refining of petroleum. Petroleum is a dark, oily liquid. It has an unpleasant odor. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. The process of separating the various constituents or fractions of petroleum is known as refining. It is carried out in a petroleum refinery. Petroleum constituents. Various constituents of petroleum and their uses are given in the table. Natural gas. Natural gas is a very important fossil fuel. Natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas, CNG. CNG is used for power generation. It is now being used as a fuel for transport vehicles because it is less polluting. It is a cleaner fuel. The great advantage of CNG is that it can be used directly for burning in homes and factories where it can be supplied through pipes. Such a network of pipelines exists in Vadodara, Gujarat, some parts of Delhi and other places. Fuel management. The Petroleum Conservation Research Association, PCRA, advises people how to save petrol or diesel while driving. Their tips are as follows. Drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Switch off the engine at traffic lights or at a place where you have to wait. Ensure correct tire pressure. Ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle.